Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julios once again with another Digimon Booster Pack box unboxing. This is going to be my second box of X Record for the channel. This is a cool booster pack focusing around the X antibody, a powerful antivirus that protected denizens of the digital world from when Yggdrasil decided to just wipe the board and start everything over with the new, more evolved Digimon. But because it is a pre-release box, we got a pre-release pack. So without further ado, let's open our little pack and see what pre-release cards we got. So, as usual, I'm hoping for Koromon, Agumon, and members of the Agumon family for my pre-release cards, just because it's nice to have that little stamp on them. But it looks like our stamps are going to be Okuamon X Antibody. When digivolving from Okuamon or X Antibody in its Digimon's Digivolution cards, we can suspend one of our opponent's Digimon. Then, if this Digimon is attacking, we can switch the target of the attack to one of our opponent's suspended Digimon. When this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with Insectoid in its traits, we can reduce the Digivolution by 1. So, one of the super rares in this booster pack is Grandis Coagamon with a fantastic ability, which is strikingly similar to this one. So, it's almost like a light version of the big monster to come. Our other pre-release is Sunrise Buster, the signature attack, or one of, the signature attack of the X Antibody version of Rise Greymon. Sunrise Buster lets us play a yellow or red tamer from our hand without paying their memory cost. Then one of our opponent's Digimon loses 3000 DP for the turn for each red and yellow tamer that we have. And then, of course, like most option cards, its security effect lets us just activate its main effect. Now this box comes with two box toppers. One is a alternate art of one of the eggs, and the other is a pre-release pack. And our egg is Puyoyomon. So this is the baby form of Jellymon. It's a very cute egg. I like the alternate arts, especially for box toppers, at least the ones for the Bandai games, because whether it's Tamers or Digimon, it's a really nice, it gets rid of the background, or in the Tamer's case, it gives like a full body art. The other box topper we're getting is the Digimon Card Game Update Pack. This contains 2 of 6 different promo cards. Personally, I'm hoping for Metal Greymon Alterous Mode and the Deltamon in here, because I play mostly red and black decks. But let's see. Oh, I should also mention that one of the cards is holographic and one of the cards is not. So it is completely random which one you're going to get. And it seems our first one is Bautmon. So when this Digimon would digivolve into a Shaman or Wizard, we can trash 3 cards from our security stack, and for each one we can lower the cost of the Digivolution. This combos very well with Kazuchimon's ability from, I believe, BT either 7 or 8. I can't remember off the top of my head. But his Digivolution is reduced by the number of security that you have, so effectively you could make it cost 0 altogether. And our other one is a holographic Weregarurumon Sagittarius mode, who can digivolve for 0 off of Weregarurumon. He's also treated as a Weregarurumon himself in terms of searching or digivolving on top of. When digivolving, if we have a tamer, we can return 2 of our opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon, 3 or lower, just 3, to our owner's hands. Then he also has an ability that prevents Garurumons and Omnimons from being deleted in battle by trashing 2 Digimon of the same level out from underneath him. Very cool. So that's good. That's a good update pack. We got 2 of the promo cards, so I'll be on the hunt for the other 4. If you watched my previous video, you'll know that I keep a Schrodinger collection, where I keep a unopened booster pack of every sealed pack found in the Digimon card game. So I will not be able to open the one from my first box, but I'll go on a hunt. I'll get my hands on the other 4 someday. I'm not really discouraged. And keeping with my new tradition, we are going to start with the bottom 2 booster packs. Spoilers if you haven't watched my other unboxing, but we got a very good card in our very first pack, which would have been our last pack had we opened from the bottom. So, who knows? This might happen again. Our first pack for this box is Bautmon X, Raptordramon, Pomumon, Monochromon, Starmon, Divermon, Eye of the Gorgon, Dexdorugraemon, Guilmon X Antibody, Motimon, and for our rares we got Grademon and Mekumon. I really like the Mekumon from this booster pack because it is it's a security Digimon, so it pops out of the security and, you know, maybe it'll defeat a Digimon in battle, maybe it won't, but regardless, you'll have a new Digimon on the board. And it's a dual color, so it can turn into almost, you know, it can turn into 2 different types of Digimon rather than 1. Our other bottom pack is Ninjamon, Greymon X, Salamon X, Tesla Jellymon, Loader Leomon, Atama Dekachimon, Piranhamon, Kokuamon X Antibody, Angelomon X, Dorumon, and for our rares we get Alphamon and Grandis Scissor. So those were pretty okay bottom booster packs, but let's see what the top of the box has to offer us. Oh, opened very smoothly, so maybe it's trying to show off. Last time our top of box was also pretty impressive, so let's see. We got Piranhamon again, Pillowmon, Grizzlymon, Atama Dekachimon, Matadormon, Kuwagamon X, Ebidramon, Pagumon, Suijinmon, Akoramon, and for our rares we get Grand Drachmon and Dino Rexmon. Okay, and our last top/bottom of the box. The other top booster box contains Growlmon X, Startling Thunder, Dark Super Starmon, Ninjamon, Kongu, Kauskamamon, Greymon X, Tokomon X, Fuijinmon, Suijinmon, and for our rares, Gaia Force Zero. Oh, and the alternate art for Agumon X Antibody. Okay, well, as an avid lover of the Agumon and Greymon line, this is definitely something to flex on people with. Digivolve 0 off of Agumon, his on-play and when digivolving lets us look at the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can add a Greymon or Omnimon in its traits, and the X Antibody option card among them to our hand. So, that's just great. Oh man, look at that. I love the art. You got this Agumon gearing up to attack, and then he's got the shadow of War Greymon X Antibody in the background. If I was going to get an alternate art card, that's the one I'd hope to get. Aside from War Greymon X Antibody's alt art, but, you know. Okay. Our next pack has Pillowmon, Salamon, Atama Dekachimon, X Digivolution, Crabmon, Bearmon, Mini Dekachimon, Mako, a regular Agumon X Antibody, Dexdorugamon, and for our rares we get Raidenmon, and Gaiomon. This is another member of the Greymon family. He digivolves for 2 off of a Black War Greymon and is treated as having Greymon in its name. So this card is treated, which means searching for him will allow you to pull him out of your deck. He has Security Attack +1 and Reboot, and if he digivolves from a black Digimon, we did digivolve 1 of our opponent's Digimon. If we have a red one, he gains Blitz. So if you digivolve off the Black War Greymon from the last booster pack, you'll gain both of those abilities. Well, ain't that fancy. Okay, our next pack has Ground Fang, Gazamon X, Toy Agumon, Salamon, Tesla Jellymon, X Digivolution, Startling Thunder, Dorumon, Pegasmon, Okuamon X, and for our rares we get Dino Tigermon and another Raidenmon. That's good, because in my last box I think I only got like 1 Raidenmon, which is surprising because, you know, he's just a normal rare, but apparently sometimes a rare is rarer than a super rare. But our quest for amazing cards continues with Bearmon, Ground Fang, Gazimon X, Toy Agumon, Mini Dekachimon, Crabmon, Greymon X, Raijinmon, Fuijinmon, Mako, and for our rares we get Soul Digitalization and Metal Storm. Following up that, we have Divermon, X Digivolution, Matadormon, Grizzlymon, Startling Thunder again, another Dark Super Starmon, Sangloopmon, Maki, Agumon X, the X program itself, and for our rares we got Mimi and Joe, and the Cool Boy. Then we have Kuwagamon X, Gatomon X, Monochromon. Forgot to put Cool Boy up here, I put him on the black pile for some reason. Elecmon, Kongu, Tesla Jellymon, Ninjamon, Kokuamon X, Angelomon X, Dorumon, who has X antibody, and for our rares we get Matt and Sora, and another Mekumon. So one of the things I like about the Digimon card game is that despite my obsession with Digimon, despite my love of it growing up as a kid, there are still characters, there are still Digimon that I have never seen or heard of until this card game. We have Eye of the Gorgon, we have Growlmon X Antibody, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Tapermon, Pomumon, Sangloopmon, Ninjamon, Nefertimon, Diego, Pagumon, and for our rares, another Gaia Force Zero, and another Cool Boy. And that's what I mean. Cool Boy is a character that I don't really know what he's from. I need to do some research, maybe look him up or something, but I believe he obviously has something to do with the X Antibody. Maybe he's a protagonist from a Japan-only game that I don't know about, but I'm hoping maybe, because the next booster pack, BT10, I actually watched all of Digimon Cross Wars in order to understand the cards from that pack a little better. We got Divermon in this pack, though. Monochromon, Flare Rock Soul, Matadormon, Kausgamamon, Leomon X Antibody, Gatomon X, the X Program, Maki, Koromon, and for our rares we got Metal Impulse and TK and Izzy. Well, it's been a little bit since we've seen a super rare. We got the Gaiomon at the start of this, and we have our alternate art Agumon, which still means we could have another alternate art in this box, or we could end up with a secret rare. So I'm hoping for a secret rare, but if it has to be an alternate art, I'm hoping for Wargreymon X Antibody, personally. Maybe it's in this pack behind Kausgamamon, Death X Digivolution, Tapermon, Salmon X, Piranhamon, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Eye of the Gorgon, Dexdoru Greymon, Motimon, Gabumon X, and for our rares we get Rise Greymon X, and Omnimon Merciful Mode. See, this is the one this is one I did not get in the first box, so I'm very happy. Now my quest is complete. I believe there's only maybe one other super rare that I don't have, but this guy digivolves off of pretty much every good color, because black and purple are technically the villain colors. But he can digivolve off red, blue, yellow, green for 6, or an Omnimon for 3. When digivolving, for each Digimon card with Mega in their traits in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, we delete an opponent's Digimon. Even just for digivolving, that is 6 to delete an opponent's Digimon. That's just great by itself. If you manage to get it on top of an Omnimon, which counts as a Mega, that's 2. And if you have some other crazy, ways of getting, more Megas under, you could wipe a board for 6 memory, 3 memory if it's on an Omnimon. At the start of your turn, though, you trash the top card of this Digimon. If you do, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So Merciful Mode doesn't last very long, which is fitting since he only showed up for a couple seconds at the end of the Digimon Tri movies. But Merciful Mode is a great way to start your turn by getting rid of your opponent's last security, leaving the rest up to the Digimon that he is leaving behind. Well, that's a tough act to follow, but let's see if this pack can do that. With Ebidramon, Pillowmon, Grizzlymon, Zamilmon, Metal Piranhamon, Atamadakachimon, Maycrackmon, Vicious Mode, Raijinmon, Panyamon, Gabumon X, and for our rares we got Mimi and Joe, and the alternate art of Jellymon? Question mark? Well, that's 2 alternate arts, so no secret rare in this box, but okay, we got the alternate art of Jellymon. That's pretty funny. When we play a blue tamer, we draw a card, and when an effect adds a card to our hand, we can return one of our opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. So that's kind of a nice effect. Okay, well, look at that. In our box, we got the egg, and then we got the alt art of the rookie that goes with it. Well, no secret rares, oh alas, so sad. But 2 very cool alternate art cards. And that sometimes is worth a little bit more. Maybe not this time, because the aftermarket's kind of scary on this booster. But we'll wait and see, you know, after the initial pre-release dies down, we'll see what happens to those cards. But for now, we'll see what happens with these cards, like Ebidramon, Zamilmon, Atamadakachimon, Starmon, Loader Leomon, Flare Rock Soul, Leomon X, Dexdorugamon, Megadramon, Guilmon X, and for our rares we get Grandest Scissor and TK and Izzy. So aside from the obvious black and red deck that I want to make with Gaiomon and make it Agumon to Wargreymon X antibody deck, I'm thinking I want to give green a try with this Grandest Kawagamon that everyone's talking about. We got Starmon here, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Death X Digivolution, Elecmon, Salamon X, Kongu, Piranhamon, Tumblemon, Omnishoutmon X, Dracomon, or just Dracmon, sorry. And for our rares, we get Wargrowlmon X and Ordynemon. So this guy, or girl, can digivolve off of a DNA Digivolution of purple and yellow level 6 Digimon. This big level 5 has the when digivolving effect of when DNA digivolving. Delete one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon and all of their level 5 or lower. For each Digimon deleted by this effect, recover 1. Depending on the size of your opponent's board, this can be an insane amount of recovery. And on deletion, you can trash the top card of your security stack to play this card without paying its memory cost. So, with enough security, this 15,000 DP beatstick can just stay on your board, if you're willing to give up the security necessary to just permanently keep it there. 15,000 is already very hard to get rid of, so imagine your opponent having like 6 extra security and just the ability to constantly bring this big bruiser back. Next we got Awakening of the Golden Knight, another Salamon, Pomumon, Growlmon X, Metal Piranhamon, Maycrackmon, Raptordramon, Pegasmon, Panyamon X, Omnishoutmon X, and for our rares, we're Garurumon X and Metal Greymon X. Oh, that's cool. They came in the same pack together. The Equal Treatment Brothers. Everything they do for Agumon and Gabumon, they gotta do for the other one. Although I will say, Metal Garurumon X definitely has a better when digivolving than Wargreymon X. But maybe I'll find one of those 2 in this pack after Raptordramon, Kawagamon X, Garurumon X, Dark Superstarmon, Loader Leomon, Greymon X, Toyagumon, Megadramon, Atomic Megaloblaster, the X Antibody Program, and for our rares we got Cool Boy and Gallantmon X, who can Digivolve from a regular Gallantmon for only 1 memory, otherwise it's 4 off a level 5 Digimon. When Digivolving, we delete an opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. If no Digimon is deleted, we unsuspend this Digimon. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted and Gallantmon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, we trash the top card of our opponent's security stack. So the timing on Digivolving your Gallantmon into Gallantmon X is pretty key here, actually. So you can either use his ability to delete an opponent's Digimon, or you can wait until your opponent has no Digimon, which will allow you to attack with Gallantmon again. So if for some reason your Gallantmon had Piercing, you could go through your opponent's only Digimon, then Digivolve and attack again and take out 2 security. Or if your opponent has, multiple Digimon on the board, you could use their ability to Digivolve, delete an opponent's Digimon, and then trash a card from their security stack. So depending on how you use it is, well, I just like cards that are versatile. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at here. So it's a versatile card, and that's what I like about it. Our next pack contains Garurumon X, Pillowmon, Gazimon X, Toyagumon, Groundfang, Crabmon, Bearmon, Dracmon, Nefertimon, Tumblemon, and for our rares we got Dino Tigermon and Grandest Koagamon. I was just talking about building a deck for you. So he can Digivolve for 1 off of a Grand Koagamon, and like that Okuamon I was mentioning, he can suspend an opponent's Digimon, and then if he is attacking, he can switch that attack target to an opponent's suspended Digimon. Yes, this can be the same Digimon that you suspended using his ability. During our turn, he gains 4,000 DP, making him a 16,000 DP attacker. And at the end of our attack, if Grand Koagamon or X Antibody is in this Digivolution cards of this Digimon, we can suspend an opponent's Digimon and unsuspend this Digimon. So effectively, you could take out 2 of your opponent's Digimon, or you could just rapidly attack your opponent, however you want to pull this off. Given that green has access to a lot of piercing abilities, I would say that it is a very useful way to chip at your opponent's security while simultaneously getting rid of their Digimon. Such as Mini Dekachimon, because you know how big of a threat that guy can be. Same with Crabmon, Kakazamon X, Bearmon, Groundfang, Gatomon X, X Digivolution, Pagumon, Suijinmon, Koromon, and for our rares we got Metal Storm and Rise Greymon X. With that tough act to follow, we got Mini Dekachimon again, Piranhamon, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Death X Digivolution, Leomon X, Garurumon X, Sangloopmon, Okuamon X, Tokomon X, Daigo, and for our rares we got Alphamon and Regulmon. Regulmon? Again, still cannot pronounce it. I've even heard other people pronounce that Digimon's name, and it's like, you know how some people have a word that they just can't say? That is me and that Digimon. Regulmon? I want to say Regulmon. At least I can say Awakening of the Golden Knight, Death X Digivolution, Leomon X, Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, Maycrackmon, Metal Piranhamon, Pillowmon, Raijinmon, Fuijinmon, Mako, and for our rares, Regulmon and Baihumon. So Baihumon, when Digivolving, can unsuspend up to 2 Digimon and or Tamers. Then, we gain a memory for each of our opponent's unsuspended Digimon and Tamers. And at the end of our turn, for every 2 unsuspended Digimon or Tamers that our opponent has, we can trash the top card of our opponent's security. So this guy is super anti-Tamer and hybrid Digimon decks. So, because, usually hybrid decks, they store up a ton of Digimon, and, a ton of Tamers, and then Digivolve them to protect them from things like board wipes and, Ice Wall and all sorts of crazy stuff. But that's okay. So now we have a way to counter that, just in time for the ban list that came out. Alright, so we are down to our last 3 booster packs, and the bronze medal goes to Elecmon, Awakening of the Golden Knight, Salamon X, Grizzlymon, Metal Piranhamon, Zamilmon, Matadormon, Puyoyomon, Atomic Megaloblaster, X Antibody, and for our rares, War Growlmon X and Grand Dracmon. Not bad, not bad. But it could be so much more superior. So let's see if the second to last, our penultimate booster pack, has anything even better. Like Kaus Gamamon, Growlmon X, Monochromon, Elecmon, Raptordramon, Garubrumon X, Matadormon, Maki, Agumon X, X-Program, and for the rares, Metal Storm, and War Greymon X Antibody. Alright! He can Digivolve for 1 off of War Greymon, and during all turns, when a card is removed from our opponent's security, we gain a memory. So this counts for every time a memory gets removed. So if 3 memory pop off, you get 3 memory if 3 security cards get popped off. Also, at the end of his attack, once per turn, if War Greymon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, we can delete an opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP. Despite him being only 12,000 DP, it's not that hard to get a red Digimon's power up, so you could wipe out a decent sum of Digimon using that effect. Not to mention all the memory you're going to be getting back for having him attack your opponent's security. And now, our final pack. It may not have a War Greymon X Antibody in it, but it will certainly try. With Tapermon, Ebidramon, Flare Rock Soul, Kuwagamon X, Loader Leomon, Maycrackmon, Tesla Jellymon, Angelomon X, Kokuamon X, Puyoyomon, and for the rares we get Weregarurumon X Antibody and Tainkari. And there you have it, another box come and gone, and let's say we got some pretty nice cards in there. I'm personally very happy about the alternate art Agumon X that I got. I might even display that on the background of my videos, or I have a nice shelf that I'd like to put it on with a little stand that I could keep it. But as always, let me know in the comments if I pulled a Digimon that you love, or if I didn't pull a Digimon that you were kind of hoping to see. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching as always. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.